Furman University, located in Greenville, South Carolina, is a small liberal arts college with a new focus on sustainability. While advancements can be seen in academic buildings, in the PAC, or with designated recycling containers around campus, green living for students has now become part of this engaged learning effort to make Furman a greener campus. Aside from the traditional dorms and on-campus apartments, Furman Housing now has created the Greenbelt Community, which offers 4 eco-huts for residents to fully immerse themselves in an environmentally friendly lifestyle. To learn a little bit more about this unique living option, we talked to Brittany tonight, the Associate Director of the Shy Sustainability Center, who told us more about the history of the Greenbelt Community.
4 buildings were originally called Bell Tower Housing, and they served as student housing for sophomores, juniors, and seniors, really since they were built in the early days of this Furman campus. In 1989, we took one of the cottages, the 8-person cottage that has 4 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms, and made that into the Eco Cottage. That was Furman's first environmentally oriented engaged living program. It was for upperclassmen, and 8 students could live there each year. It was just one building, so it was a single gender that lived there each year, and they tried to rotate that every year. And that was really more focused on the environmental impact and minimizing the impact of students living in the building. So they renovated the building, put in solar panels, a solar thermal system for domestic hot water, programmable thermostats, low flow shower heads, and a number of other things that weren't in widespread use across Furman's campus at that point, but that were installed in this particular building.
It seems like the program has really come a long way since just being one cabin. When and how did the Greenbelt Community become its own program and entity on the Furman campus?
So we saw real success with those students changing their behaviors slightly and having a much lower impact on the environment from their living situation every day. And so we wanted to expand the program to encompass all 4 of the buildings and also to have a broader focus on sustainability and not just on the environment. So we renovated all 4 buildings in 2008, 2007, and put in the same kind of environmental design features in all 4 of the buildings. And the program is now in its 3rd year of being the Greenbelt. So the area was renamed, and now all 4 buildings are an engaged living program for upper class students.
In addition to speaking with Brittany tonight, we also had the opportunity to sit down and talk with Emily Wurzba, a current resident of the Greenbelt Community who lives in the hut. Emily took the time to tell us what it's like living in the Greenbelt Community and what are some of her favorite parts of living in the hut down by the lake.
It's basically just normal life as it would be anywhere. We tend to try to conserve water. We make sure that we keep our appliances unplugged when we're not using them. We keep the lights off if we're not in the room. We also have an individual thermostat that we can control, so if we're going to be gone for the weekend, we can lower the air conditioning or heat or something to save costs on that. But yeah, I mean, it's very normal living here.
Emily, what would you say you have enjoyed most about your experience living in the Greenbelt Community?
My favorite part about living here is definitely the location. It's so nice to be by the lake, and it's really pretty. And on our porch, we have a porch swing, and so I love to sit out there and either talk on the phone or do homework or read out there when it's nice out. So I just love being in this pretty place.
And finally, Emily, if you don't mind, will you please take a second to tell us what living sustainably means to you?
Sustainability to me just means living in a way that I know isn't trying to use more than what I need, I guess. And so with lights and heating and water, I just try to cut back and only use what I absolutely have to have. And so I guess you have to think about sustainability in the environmental terms, but also economic and social, and just kind of make sure that the way you're living will be enough that future generations and people will have enough, and that we can continue this lifestyle.
Now that we have a better understanding of what living in the Greenbelt Community is like, let's learn a little bit about the application process from Brittany tonight.
Yes, we have a competitive application process. This year we had about 50 applications for 20 spots. Obviously 2 are taken by the RA and the RA's roommate, and that happens through RA selection. And we do try to select an RA who has some kind of emphasis, interest in sustainability or experience with engaged living. But the students who apply to live in the other 20 spots, so in the other 3 buildings, have to fill out an application with some questions about their background and interest in sustainability, what they hope to get from the Greenbelt, what their expectations are for the community, and to really make it clear to them that there are additional obligations to live in the Greenbelt, that it's not just living in the nice cottages by the lake, that there is an additional programming requirement for them, and that we really want them to have some kind of interest in sustainability.
For more information about living in the Greenbelt community and other sustainability efforts here on the Furman campus, please visit the Furman website. And remember to do your part in keeping Furman an eco-friendly environment.